Thank you so much for supporting me on Patreon. I appreciate that. Share these videos with your friends and family. Even though they are not a Patreon video, you can still share them to Facebook and anywhere else, and then they can watch them, and then maybe they will want to sign up, which will help us be able to continue to make these videos until the day I die, which hopefully is another 65 years. Today, here's what we're doing. We are going to use the penetrometer tool, and this is a pretty great tool. It's about 3 feet tall. It pokes into the ground to see how compacted the soil is. The number one problem with soil is compaction. I've been teaching that ever since I started teaching gardening classes, which was almost 20 years ago. And I didn't even know most of what I know about soil health back then, but I did know that. And so it is still true, even with all the great things we've learned over the years. Soil compaction is the number one problem with growing crops, whether you're in a garden or on a big agricultural field or a pasture or anywhere. So we're going to use this penetrometer. Let me show this to you. We push down on these handles, and then this dial will move around here. And depending on which tip you have in the end, I'll show you the tip. This is the narrow tip right here, and it unscrews. I haven't had it off forever, so it's kind of stuck on there, but I'm going to leave it there because that's the one I want on there. But if you look up here, there's the wide tip. So it's wider across here than this one. This is the narrow one, so it's more narrow. So if you have the narrow tip on, you are going to read on the inside where it says small tip. So when we hit the red, 300 pounds is right there. If I had the large tip on, 300 pounds would be over here. Last year, we came in here. It's been about 8 months ago since I tested with the penetrometer in this greenhouse. And everywhere was very compacted. There were places at 1.5 inches, we were at 300 pounds. And Purdue University teaches us that if you are at 300 pounds, no root on earth. We don't know of a species of root that will go through 300 pounds. 150 is considered compacted, where you will have no oxygen, or such low oxygen that only the anaerobic critters will live, and those are the guys that cause disease in plants. So let's take this out there, and we're just going to test this entire greenhouse. Most of this greenhouse was around 150 pounds, so this was very compacted. But I've been putting out compost extract, and I've been putting out lots of earthworms, and we've been trying to keep detritus on the top of the soil, which means compost or dead, dying plant material, which feeds the microbes, and so the soil should be getting less compacted. It only takes 3 to 5 years to do that. And we've been gardening in here. It'll be coming up on 2 years in November. Wait, it's November. Okay, here we go. So we're just going to come right here to a random place. We're here in the garlic. Down here, there's garlic growing. We have cilantro and garlic, clover, wild lettuce, which is a weed. And it looks like other weeds that are starting to grow. But we're just going to put this in. And so we're watching. I'm already in 3 inches. And the needle just barely started to move at 3 inches. So I'm going down. Usually I do this fast. I'm doing it really slow right now because of the camera. So you can see. We're getting close to 200. Okay, Jessica, what do you think of this?
I think it's pretty cool.
This is... Okay, we're hitting... Okay. So,
yeah.
So there's 200 right there. So this is compacted. We're hitting 300 right there. So I stopped pushing right there. And now I'm going to put my hand down here. And I'm just going to put my finger right at the soil level so that I know where it is. I'm going to bring it out and we're going to count how deep it is. So these marks are 3 inches. So 3, 6, 9, 12... and then probably 1 inch, about 1 inch.
Yeah.
So we're going to say 13 inches. You can hear the snow falling off the greenhouse.
Yeah.
It's great. That's what those noises are.
Yeah.
The sun's out beautiful and the snow's melting. So we have 13 inches deep that is pretty uncompacted. It started going into compaction maybe around in here, but I hit total compaction. No root is going to go beyond here. But the glorious thing is, and I talk about this in my book that's coming out, but the great thing is, this has only been, like we're coming up on 2 years right now when we built this greenhouse and put the covering on. This last year, I was going around here and I was going about 1.5 inches, like right here, and I was hitting 300 in some places, but most places it was above 150 right here.
Wow.
So what that shows us is that in this last year, the microbes in the soil are doing their thing. They are eating the detritosphere. They are creating an agrotosphere, which automatically creates the porosphere, which means more oxygen can get into the soil and water and more microbes because there's space for them. And then the earthworms are working, creating the drillosphere. We're keeping plants growing in here all the time, which is our rhizosphere. So we've got our 5 spheres in the ground. They're growing, they're thriving, and they are creating this beautiful soil so that the soil functions. And when a soil functions, you get benefits. The number 1 benefit, no fertilizer. Number 2 benefit, no pesticide. Number 3 benefit, no herbicide. Number 4 benefit, no other sides, because there's other things like fungicides and amicides. So we don't need all those chemicals that can contaminate things. And another benefit is it saves on labor. That means fuel. If you're out driving a tractor in big farms, that would relate to or translate to fuel consumption. In here, it's hand labor, but it saves tons of money. But the biggest, number 1, hugest overall arching benefit is we are getting healthier food, because the foods are healthier, because the secondary metabolites are turned on, because we have a beautiful home in all of these spheres where the microbes can grow. They will turn on the secondary metabolites in the plants, which means more flavor, more nutrition, more color, all the things that we want in plants. Let's charge around here and see what we're getting to. So I did it slow the first time. I'm going to go fast. Keep up with me. Okay. 300, about the same place, just about 1 foot deep. Bam, 300, about 1 foot deep. That one was deeper, but I hit 300 right there. Let's look and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Same thing. I thought it was deeper, but I was wrong. So right here, between this, these bean poles, and right here, we walked through here all summer last year. Yeah, this is a growing bed, but we stepped on it too much. Even though we were stepping on it, it's still going in over 1 foot.
Wow.
So that's pretty great. So let's do this walkway. We walk here every day of the year except once in a while. So human compaction, human feet will compact the soil. Bam, I hit 300 right there. Let's look and see. Even where we're walking every day, the microbes are creating those 5 spheres.
That's pretty cool.
Look at that. I thought it was going to go into here. I'm so excited.
That's awesome.
This is insane. Look at that. It's consistent all along this walking path. Oh, hear that?
Yeah.
Conk, that's a big rock. Let's come over here into the growing bed. Okay, I'm hitting 3 right about there, which I think is about the same. 3, 6, 9, 12. Maybe a 1/2 inch or 1 inch further, so maybe 14 inches. Okay, same thing, same depth. I'm just gonna pop over into bed 6. About the same. A little bit deeper, about the same. Let's look in a pot here. We have a pot. Bam, I hit the bottom of the pot. It went right in. Didn't do a thing. Okay, let's just keep moving. So right here we had, this is very, very much clay soil here. I had pepper plants in here. You can see the remnants of the peppers. Well, I broke a bunch of these off. Then I was clearing this out because winter, we're switching over. But this was very clay soil here. As the peppers were growing, it was hard to water them. Okay, 300 right there. Let's see how deep it is.
Wow.
So it didn't penetrate at all. So how did those peppers grow at all?
Yeah.
And so that is amazing, right?
Yeah.
So let's come over here a couple of feet away. As I've been switching over from winter crops to summer crops, underneath here, we're just going to go down. Same bed. We're hitting 300, about right there, which is about the same depth as before. All the others. Right here.
Wow. How went clear down?
Okay, so, and it was still going, but I hit a rock.
Oh, wow.
You hear the clunk?
Yeah.
Okay, so right here.
Dude.
The microbes are doing their job.
Yeah.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. And the line would be 21. So this is like 20 inches.
Wow.
The microbes are doing their thing. It's working. Because every bed, every 10 feet, everywhere, was like 150 PSI right here. And 300 somewhere in here.
Yeah.
So I think we've proven our point that the microbes are doing their thing. Let's just... Oh, look at that. Oh, there's 300 right there. So we found
Wow.
another hard spot, about 2 inches.
Wow.
Let's come over here. Let's look in the strawberry bed. Oh, I haven't. Thought it was stopping, but it's not. It's not there yet. Yeah, it is. It went up there. So the strawberry bed, there's some compaction there, but it's not like it was last year.
Mm-hmm.
Very compacted there. Here in the lettuce. Okay, it's about at that 200 mark, but I'm still going in. Still going. It's getting close to 300 right there. It popped through. That was a hard pan that I was on, but it popped through and never hit 300. Okay, there's 300. So let's put our hand right there.
Wow.
3, 6, 9, 12. So about 15 inches. 14 inches. All right. Okay, I'm excited. We're going to conclude this. And what this is showing me is that it is working. Living the soil health principles works. So hopefully this helps you to jam a penetrometer into your garden bed.